I must be the only social media consultant in the world who hates social media. Don't get me wrong, I love it when our clients tell me they've made sales through training or management, but I hate the way that social media has taken over our lives. Take holidays, for example. One of the things that I love most of all is spending quality time with my children. I'd like you all to think back to when you were a teenager about to go on holiday. Were you most looking forward to spending time with your parents? No, and neither was my son, Sam, because he was in love with his phone. And there's nothing like a disengaged teenager glued to his phone to ruin a family holiday. So when we arrived at our beautiful French gîte in the countryside and Sam discovered there was no Wi-Fi and he'd run out of data, we had the last laugh. As the French would say, c'est la vie. Now, there's loads of research into the effects of social media and digital on young people. Take one piece of research which has shown that the teenagers who spend an excessive amount of time on their mobile phones have a thinner frontal cortex of the brain, meaning they can't remember things as well as everyone else can. They're more likely to be depressed, stressed, anxious, sleep deprived, all affecting the way they behave at school and their learning ability. Then there was a 10-year study that found that girls who spend 2 to 3 hours a day on social media are more likely to take their own lives. And how about the 80% of child sex crimes that all start life on social media? Head teachers like you tell me that 95% of issues in your schools are caused by social media, and that's a massive disruption to learning and relationships, which is why me and my wife set up Positive Social, a charity which goes into schools and teaches young people how to take back control of their lives from social media. Already this year, we've delivered more than 100 sessions into schools, and the students realize their lives have been messed up by social media. And they make amazing commitments, such as, I'm going to leave Instagram because it makes me feel sad. I'm going to spend more time with my parents because I've realized they're more important than social media. I'm going to leave TikTok because it's washing my mind. Amazing commitments, but how can we expect our young people to stick to their commitments when the world around us are constantly looking at our mobile phones? Who of us feels we're on our mobile phone more than we should be? Who feels we're on social media more than we should be? So many of us. And it's no wonder the dopamine that rushes into our minds, even when we just pick up our mobile phone, doctors have likened the effect to it as that suffered by crack cocaine addicts. When young people hear that fact in our sessions, jaws drop like you've never seen before, when they, like many of us, realize we're addicted to digital crack. Now, we can't force our children down a social media-free world, but what we can do is we can give them the tips, the knowledge, and more importantly, the permission to use social media in a different way. But of course, it can't just be down to us educators. It also needs to be down to parents as well. So we run sessions with parents to help educate them, help them lead by better example. So we give them tips such as having a basket in their kitchen so that when they get home from work, they place it in the basket, and the kids do the same. So you're not carrying your phone around with you around the house all the time. We tell them about phone Jenga, which you can play with your friends. Ask me about that one later on. Or also there's the notebook thing. Carry a notebook round with you, round the house. And so whenever something pops into your head you need to check it out, write it on your notebook and come back to it later when it's more convenient. And what you'll realize is you really didn't need to know what was the follow-up single to Kajagoogoo's Too Shy, or how tall was Mother Teresa. Although, how tall was Mother Teresa?
Mother Teresa was 5 feet.
Oh. I have a policy in life that I will not look at my mobile phone when I'm walking, and what I find is the birds sing so much more beautifully when I'm not looking at a phone screen. My 9-year-old daughter had a sign on her bedroom door, and it read, "No brothers allowed." Fair enough, I thought, but then one day it changed. Tired of me checking my emails on my phone or looking at social media during the bedtime routine, the sign changed, and it read, "No phones." Perhaps it's time we hung up that sign ourselves. But what is definitely time is to empower our young people to do the same. Thank you.